Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Pelion, South Carolina, y'all. This is where the magic happens here at Worm Wizard Castings. Y'all, we at the map, so you must know we got a worm order in over the weekend. I want to give a shout out to David over in Leesburg, Georgia. Brother, we appreciate your business. I'm about to package up your order, and I'll get it down to the post office. I'll shoot you a message as soon as I drop it off. All right, brother. I appreciate it. God bless you, sir. And y'all, without further ado, this Manic Monday, there's the package I'm going to use to put his 1 pound of worms in. Y'all, let's get into it, and let's see what the worm wizards are into today. I fed them a little bit of chicken feed yesterday, so let's see how much of it they ate. All right. Hey, and how y'all liking my new thumbnails I'm making? Do you like it the way it used to be, or do you like me making the thumbnails and customizing them for each video? Let me know what you think in the comments. You think it's a positive or a negative thing? Could you live with it or live without it? Let me know. Or did you like it better before? Ooh, look at there. We got some biota growing. That's good worm food, as Jane from Rockin' Worms likes to say. That biota makes good worm food, or is worm food. I put that egg carton down in there yesterday to see how long it would take to break down. Look at there, we caught a bunch of red mites in this one. You know what, let me get that worm out of there. You know what, I might just take this outside and get rid of those red mites while we got them caught. Yeah, we got a bunch on this one too. Well, not as many as the other. I tell you what. We're going to take this on the outside and get rid of these mites. All right, y'all. Now, don't forget to say the secret word so they don't never come back. And you got to make sure you say it loud enough that your neighbors hear, or they won't work. All right? Y'all ready? Here it is. Y'all, get on out of here. Now get on. Get gone. And you hook them out there in your woods like that right there. And you got to say it loud enough your neighbors can hear. If you don't do that, it won't work. I done tried it before. It don't work. That's right, Jack. Oh, I was going to go to the wrong bin. But y'all, that's the best way to, besides that diatomaceous earth, I think maybe even better than diatomaceous earth is just catching them and getting rid of them. Scooping them out with a spoon or baiting them with some bread. That cardboard seems to work pretty good. Now, if that cardboard was all shredded up, that wouldn't work, would it? But it being in big pieces like that, I can grab a chunk of it and haul it on out and get rid of those mites with it. Yep. So they ate, looks like about half of the feed I gave them yesterday. I know, y'all. I talk a lot. The bin walls and lids are good and dry. So that does deter the worms from climbing the walls, I think. Ooh, but this cardboard retains the moisture down in the bedding where we want it, instead of up on the walls. And y'all, the worms seem to like it. They like it a lot. Look at there. Look at all those wormies. Look at all those worms, y'all. That's the forbidden spaghetti. Here, I'm going to cover those back up. I might come over here and get those boogers here in a second for David. Pack your bags, fellas. Y'all going to live in Georgia. Hope you got Georgia on your mind. All right, y'all. Zoom in just a little bit. Oh, yeah, nice and moist. Oh, well, of course it's nice and moist. Also, yesterday I sprayed in 2 gallons of water. Well, 1 gallon of molasses and water mix, and the other just straight water. So yesterday I did put in some water. Ooh, and look at that water. It brought them all up to the surface, and they ate all that chicken feed. Look at there. I don't see hardly any in there. Just a tiny little bit. I tell y'all what. And moisture, a little bit of feed, that'll bring them right up to the surface where you want them. Right there. And I'm going to cover them up like that right there. I'll come back and scoop y'all out. You'll have Georgia on your mind. Okay, I'll stop. Probably done lost half of y'all that was watching because of my singing. ought to know better than do stuff like that. Ain't that right, Mr. Gnome? That's right, Lucas. Your singing sucks. Well, Mr. Gnome, that's just rude. Rude, but true. All right. Fair enough, Mr. Gnome. I hear you. I'll take that. What does that thermometer say there, Mr. Gnome? Read it yourself, Lucas. Oh, okay. Sorry. Looks like about 69. Wait. Yeah, looks about 69. It's bumping right up on 70, y'all. So temp might have ticked up just a little bit. Maybe a degree. Maybe 2. Lids and walls are still nice and dry. But the cardboard's keeping the bedding nice and moist, so the worms feel free and they're hospitable to come all the way to the surface right there, nice and moist. Which I did, like I say, I sprayed some moisture in there. I probably won't spray no more moisture in there for another week. I might dump the leachate pans underneath the bins in there just to keep it moist about halfway through the week. I wish I knew how many of you folks out there that view my videos have hungry bins. I think I've talked to 2 people, I think. Joe, and I forgot the other person's name. I apologize. But Joe and I can't remember the other person's name, but 2 people on here that's watching my videos I've talked to that's using the hungry bins. I wonder how many of y'all out there use the hungry bins. Or what kind of worm setup do you use? Do you do windrows? Are you setting them up in like 55-gallon drums or old bathtubs? That's a favorite I've heard of people do. There's a guy at the hardware store in Pelion that was telling me he was going to get him a bathtub and start raising worms in it. I told him I thought that was a great idea. I've heard of people doing that. Ooh. Drop it in the comments how you raise your worms. Do you do them in bins, indoors, like Jane from Rockin' Worms? Do you have them climate controlled? Are yours all outdoors? Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that, y'all. Forbidden spaghetti. I know. Look at it. Again, I'm surprised actually that the bins are good and dry even though I sprayed that moisture in yesterday. So the other day when the walls and underside of the lid wasn't dry, that must have just been because it was raining and the humidity level was so high in the air. Look at there. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at the forbidden spaghetti. Behold. Behold the forbidden spaghetti. I had to cough after that one, y'all. That was a little strain on my voice. All right, y'all. Let's get into it and get some dirty hands so I can fill those worm orders and make some clean money. All right. Look at there. I might even dig some out of this one for you, David. Just scoop that feed over to the side like that right there. Look at there. Oh, matter of fact, I'm not going to dig in too many of these bins today. I'm just going to show you all these right here. Because I got to fill that worm order, and I want to get David these nice fat ones here at the top before they dive down. And if I go digging in all the bins, all the good worms are going to dive down in the bin. And David going to have to settle with whatever's left over, and we don't want that. We want to make sure David gets some prime red wigglers. Well, all right, y'all. Shoot. Don't forget, we're having a giveaway when we get to 2,500 subscribers, y'all. Oh, man, look at all those worms. The bedding feels so cool to the touch, too, y'all. But we're giving away 2 troy ounces of fine silver in the form of 2 American Silver Eagles when we get to 2,500 subscribers, y'all. And if we get there by or before July 4th, I'm going to add some more silver to the giveaway. But more details on that later. If we get close to that goal, we'll see. And don't forget about Dime Time. Whoever makes the most comments in my videos in the past week, I'm going to tabulate them up Thursday night. And y'all, Friday, I'm going to announce the winner of Dime Time, and that person will get a 190% silver dime mailed to them. And as always, y'all, if you don't mind and you like the content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Maybe share it. Maybe subscribe if you hadn't already. And y'all, I sure do appreciate it. Don't forget, we got red wigglers for sale. That's what I do, y'all. We run a promotion right now. We got them discounted. Rock bottom prices. So come check them out, y'all. I'm serious. I just lowered the prices. And, yeah, now's a great time to buy because they ain't never been lower. All right, y'all. Well, come check out our chicken videos if you want to. If you made it this far, you already know it. I appreciate it. God bless y'all. Y'all come on back now. You hear?